cat people. I say that, and Matt kind of is like, oh, cringy, but he's using the term cat people. Is that offensive to cat people?
Right. Coming up, I have 10 things that make someone a cat person if you've always wondered whether or not you just like cats or if you are truly a cat person. Because there's this new documentary, I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer on Netflix called Cat People. It's like a series. And I know a lot of people are super excited because it helps people like me who have always had a hard time understanding the unique individuals called cat people who have a huge passion for cats. Like I was in the grocery store yesterday. I'm sorry, super passionate about this. I was in the grocery store yesterday in line getting some ice cream for my wife.
Okay.
The person in front of me at the register is holding her cat. She took her cat into the grocery store.
I've never ever seen a cat at the grocery store. Plenty of dogs. So is this one of the things you're going to share? Like if you take your cat to the grocery store, that makes you a cat person?
Yeah. I'm curious from y'all. Do you take your cat into the grocery store? Obviously you don't want to leave it in the car, but why would you even take it to the grocery store in the first place?
Where do you take your cat?
Right.
If you take your cat to places.
If you're a cat person, please help me and maybe Amanda. I just want to speak for myself. Help me understand your passion. It's not. I would say it's more than a hobby.
It's no judgment from us.
No. Yeah. We want to be compassionate.
A depth of understanding.
Through life, we want to understand people that are different than us. Correct. I don't like cats. They're not in the Bible for one. Okay, it's a fact. It's a fact. Look for them. If you find a cat in the Bible, let me know.
What does that matter? What does that was not in the Bible? So what?
I'm just putting it out there.
Okay.
Just putting it out there. But if you are a cat person, so I was in the grocery store and it was like she was holding a newborn baby. And they were like, oh my gosh, your cat. And what's its name? Oh, Dinah. Oh, Dinah from Alice in Wonderland.
Were they petting the cat and then touching the food?
Yes. Can I pet your cat?
And then like, here's your bell peppers.
They were all about it. And, right. And I was trying not to be judgmental. I was like, excuse me, ladies. And they were all ladies, just saying.
You interrupted and talked to them?
No, of course I interrupted. Of course I did. I said, excuse me, have you guys heard about that new show on Netflix called Cat People? And they were like, oh, yes, we can't wait. Oh, my gosh, it's like, it's bigger than the Outer Banks.
I don't know about Outer Banks. I'm super pumped about Outer Banks. Okay.
They were fanatic. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm just trying to understand, your passion. And the lady, I didn't even ask her. She goes, oh, I probably have more pictures of my cat than I do my own kids. And
I just think that's a thing.
I just tried to put a straight face. Good for you. Hey, you do you, boo. Good for you.
Yeah. You're stealing my line. Well, does this make me a cat person, Matt? I had a cat growing up, a beloved cat. I loved him so much. I had him from when I was 2 to 16 years old when he passed away.
Oh, what? The same cat?
The same cat.
And what was the cat's name?
Cheese.
Great.
Because
you got to name the cat.
I named him when I was 2 years old, my parents, and for some reason I thought Cheese was a good name for a cat.
Why?
I don't know. He liked to eat cheese.
Cats don't eat cheese. Mice eat cheese.
Cheese liked to eat cheese, so I named him Cheese.
Oh, he did like to eat cheese.
He did. So anyway, but Cheese was a very beloved cat. Like he was part of our family, and he would like lay on your stomach if you were sick and provided so much comfort. Cool. But I don't think I'm a cat person because after Cheese died, I never got a cat again because I thought no other cat could measure up to how good of a cat that was. Because I see other cats that like hide from people and they don't like people and they're like mean. So I never wanted to get another cat. So maybe I'm not a cat person.
Yeah, let me ask you a couple questions. Like when you had a cat, well, I guess you didn't have like a smartphone back then, but were you like, did you dress up your cat? Did you have a cat birthday party?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So let me explain what a cat person is according to the internet. A cat person, Amanda, is someone who loves and appreciates the language of cats. I never knew cats had a language.
My cat could... He said mama. Cheese did say mama.
Wow. See, that's a little creepy to me.
He said mama.
A cat person enjoys the delicate and exquisitely elegant movements of a cat. If you appreciate the movements of a cat.
They're kind of graceful.
My wife my wife might be a cat person because she loves watching those hilarious cat videos.
Okay.
And I don't think they're hilarious. I don't think you can be a cat person if you don't think the cat videos are funny. I'm sorry, I don't.
Funny.
A cat person provides for the unique requirements that enable a cat to live a happy and healthy life. So yeah, obviously you have to care, you have to be interested interested in the well-being of your cat, making sure that it's always happy.
Well, there was a woman that called the show today to talk about it, and she said that like having a cat releases like a hormone in your body that can lower your stress level.
Interesting. Isn't that all pets though? Don't you think dogs do that as well?
Humans can, well, the right ones. Okay.
A cat person knows it's not about shortcuts. What does that mean? While the cat may enjoy looking out the window at an activity in the trees, it's better to have one's own tree indoors. Wow. Okay. So it's spoiling the cat basically, right?
Okay.
Making sure the cat has everything they need. A cat person understands everyone needs some personal space.
Oh. That's true, they do. Except my mother's cat, Izzy, like she only comes out from my mom. Like if I go visit my mom, I never see the cat one time.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't want to see
That's
anybody.
one of the things
like,
I don't like about
that's a rude cat.
I'm the master. You need to come. You are here for my pleasure.
Yes.
With cats, it's like we are here for their pleasure. You know?
She has no interest in house.
A cat person understands that a cat person understands that cats' appreciation for viewing life from all angles.
Okay.
Yeah. A cat person has an amazing ability to stay in one position for what seems like an intolerable amount of time.
Jealous of that.
It's true.
Yeah. Okay.
That's hilarious.
I would like to lay around all day in a window.
A cat person accepts that cat hair will be found in the most unlikely places.
That is
and
gross.
This is probably the biggest reason why I am not a cat person. I cannot stand. How do you cat people tolerate all of that cat hair that gets everywhere?
You can't say it like that though. We're still like the cat. How do you cat people? I feel like that's offensive.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's not okay to call somebody a cat person.
I don't know.
Okay, you guys let us know.
Yes.
Not you people.
Yeah.
A cat person understands. A cat person understands commitment. When advancements in veterinary medicine, that's true. So if you're a cat person and something happens to your cat, you will do whatever it takes. Put a second mortgage out on the house to get your cat fixed.
I had an
and veterinary bills are expensive.
I had an ex that spent $7,000 to save a dog.
How much?
$7,000.
Well, that was a dog.
Yeah.
But that makes sense.
Oh, come on.
That makes sense. A cat? Aren't cats supposed to have 9 lives? That would frustrate me, right? Like, come on. You should have 6 or 7 left. You know, what's the deal here?
Vet bills would be more affordable if you had a cat.
Exactly. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you for making that point. Finally, a cat person understands love. Oh. And so cat people are more loving than the rest of the world. They're more loving. I will say this. I don't think someone that throws a birthday party for their cat or takes them into the grocery store has any problem judging other people.
True.
Right?
Well, yeah,
right?
I don't think you've
They're
ever...
like, oh my gosh, I'm in no position to judge other people if I'm throwing a birthday party for my cat.
I feel like cat people would be really good friends because they're nice people.
Yes.
Like you've never heard of someone that's a suspect in a bad crime that said, oh, and by the way, this person had 10 cats.
Right,
no,
right.
No, like the cat people are really kind and loving.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. The suspect, we finally caught the suspect who robbed the bank.
Yeah.
And he was not a cat lover.
Right, right. Yeah, he wouldn't be. And by the way,
but we've heard that cat people often take more pictures and post more pictures of their cats than their own children.
Okay.
So my thing is, maybe they wouldn't make great friends because their priority is their cats. Like, you're never going to live up to their feline companion. Don't you agree?
Okay.
So Diane says no cats. No. She's obviously not a cat person. Okay. Definitely not in the grocery store. And Bill says, I don't mind cats. However, coonhounds will kill them. My coonhounds. What's a coonhound? That's a dog. Obviously a dog, yeah. Yeah. Dogs apparently are haters. Like, I wonder, like, if can a cat person also have a dog?
Yeah. Growing up, I had a dog and a cat.
You did? Okay. Did they get along?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Really?
I had a golden retriever and then Cheese, my cat. And they were fine. Yeah. I mean, in fact, the cat outlived most of the dogs. I think Cheese was around forever. Dogs would come in and out, but we always had Cheese. I think they just kind of like did their own. Like Cheese was inside, dogs were outside. You can have both.
I guess.
You can have like a dog to play fetch with and run with and go on walks with. And then when you just want to binge watch Outer Banks on the couch while eating nachos, you have your cat.
But then there's that hair getting all over my nachos. That's my big issue.
That's why I don't have any pets, because I am at the stage of life where I can't take picking up the poop of a pet or the hair in my house. I'm just done.
I wonder, though, if we're the only ones who really care about this. Nobody's coming on to defend that they are cat people.
You're right.
Maybe all of our listeners, Amanda, are dog people, and they don't care about.
You aren't a cat person. You're watching this. No,
right.
There's no one that says.
It doesn't seem like it. It doesn't
seem
seem like our audience. Like we have a lot of cat people listening or watching the show.
Oh.
Maybe I've scared them all away. Maybe I was too passionate and I was scaring everybody away.
They're planning their cat birthday party right now.
Okay, so fine. So if you're not a cat person and you're not interested in the new cat show on Netflix, Amanda is super pumped. I mean, I cannot overstate this. That she is extremely excited about a new show. I guess it's not a new show. Is the name of the show John B?
No, but it should be. John B is the best.
He's the character.
Is the lead character in the show Outer Banks. Like, my kids and I had binge watched it, and it ended in a cliffhanger a year ago. Okay, and we got so
Why is it called Outer Banks?
It's filmed in the Outer Banks, North Carolina. Or is it South Carolina? One of the Carolinas. So, and it's like this southern teenagers that live on this island and this.
They live on the island.
Yeah, it's like a nautical stuff.
Right.
And they are on a treasure hunt. And they get framed for murder, and it ends with John B, like they think that he's the murderer, but he really wasn't the murderer. He like takes off in a boat, and that's how it ended a year ago. And we don't know what happened to John B and his girlfriend and the treasure that he knows where it is.
Where did the treasure come from?
His dad was a treasure hunter, and his dad was killed.
His dad found a treasure?
Yes.
And he buried it somewhere.
I don't know. I don't remember if he buried it, but he has the map, and John B has his dad's secret map to find the treasure. And so now John B is going after the treasure. So his dad was a pirate
or something like that?
Like a historian of where the sunken ship was.
So kind of a show. Cool. It's kind of in between like National Treasure and Goonies.
Yes! Oh my gosh, it is my generation of Goonies. But what's so funny about this is my son Andy's 12 years old. And he was yesterday, he says, Mom, it says that the new Outer Banks season is coming out tomorrow. I was like, oh, you're kidding. He's pumped about it. And so last night he made a date for like me and his sisters to all sit down. He's like, we got to do it. He made popcorn and we sat down and we watched the season finale because we hadn't seen it for a year. So we could remember and it would be fresh. And tonight, Friday night, he's delaying a sleepover he has with a friend so we can sit down with me and the girls to watch Outer Banks.
Now, is it like one of those shows where they release all the episodes at once?
I think they do that now. Yeah, thank goodness.
I don't think that sleepover is going to happen because how can you sit and watch one show without... Because it seems like those shows have cliffhangers where you want to tune into the next show, right?
Well, that's what happened.
It's like a binge-watching experience.
And it came out like during the lockdown and we didn't have anything to do. So I think one entire weekend, the kids and I just binge-watched Outer Banks.
Wow.
Because there's nothing else. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing this weekend. John B. And I'm in love with John B. That sounds really weird. The character. Like if I was an 18-year-old, I'd be like,
because he's a bad boy.
He's the good boy. He's got like this long, dark,
but he's a rebel. Hair. He's a rebel, right? Isn't he running from the law? He's running from the law,
he was framed.
Right? Yeah, but still, right? Of course, it does not. He's a bad boy, and you're saying, but he has a good reason, and he's got potential, and man, he just needs the right woman to help him. And he could be very rich if he finds that treasure.
Poor.
But if he finds that treasure,
if
he finds that treasure, a rich bad boy. That's every woman's dream, right there. Come on. That's the guy, and the name John B.
John B. Yeah. And just the way that they say it, because everyone has a southern drawl. in the show and the way they say John,
oh yeah,
John B.
A rich bad boy, a southern rich bad boy. It's the perfect storm.
Close the book.
Right.
Yeah, I'm in. Yes. So it's John B. and Outer Banks versus cat people.
See, here's what I may do. I may watch, depending on how family friendly it is, I will watch a little bit of it. And if I get hooked and like it, I'm not going to share it with my wife, though. Because when she gets hooked on a show, she doesn't just watch it once. She watches it over and over and over again. And the last time I introduced a show to her, oh my gosh, do I ever regret it. Like, I've never watched Gilmore Girls. But I knew it was a big show back in the 90s. Yeah. So I said, oh, hey, babe, remember Gilmore Girls? Big hit show back in the 90s. And I started playing it. And then, oh my gosh, she has never stopped watching the show. She watches it over and over and over and over again.
Hilarious.
And so to the point where, like, I come in and I want to watch something and she's watching Gilmore Girls again. And I'm so frustrated because I don't like Gilmore Girls.
I'm like that.
I'm like, man, why did I introduce her to that show?
I think every woman has that show. My sister, it's Friends. She watches over and over. I'm like that with the show Felicity.
Felicity.
Don't show her the show Felicity.
Was that with
Carrie? Yes. What's her name?
Carrie Russell?
Yes.
Interesting.
With the curly hair, and she goes off to college in New York. There's a
Don't introduce her to that show?
No, because it's
on Netflix?
very Gilmore Girls-ish.
Oh, man. Okay. Thanks for warning me.
Yes. But that's what I watch.
Yeah.
All right. So what else are you watching? Maybe we should change.
I don't have time to watch anything. The only things, that's the problem. The only thing I have to watch, like, if I'm able to get in anything, it's like a 3-minute video, like on YouTube. Oh, all right. I have like 3 minutes to get in to watch something because
poor men.
The kids are always watching something.
Dads have it hard.
However, I will say this.
Yes.
My wife and I have been enjoying the movies that made us.
Oh,
have you seen that?
Yes,
I've
the
classic
on my
movies
list,
of our times, like Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, Forrest Gump.
Those are cool.
Shows like Jurassic Park, and the show like me growing up when I was in somewhat young. Those were the big movies of our times that shaped us.
Did you ever check out Ted Lasso?
Not yet. I don't have Apple. Whatever it is.
Oh, it's on Apple TV.
Yeah.
You're right.
I have enough subscriptions. We have Netflix, we have Prime, and we have Apple TV. I'm telling you, how many do we got to have?
You said you didn't have Apple TV.
No, we have an Apple TV. We have Netflix, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay.
We do not have the subscription to Apple TV. How many of those subscriptions do we got to get? It's ridiculous. And yes, we borrow subscriptions from other people. So if you want to give us your login information,
you got it.
If you're that insistent on me watching the show, let me steal your login.
I'll trade you for Prime.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. There's nothing good on Prime. There's nothing good. There's the Andy Griffith Show, which is on Prime. It's like, come on. And you know what's the crazy thing? We have all of this stuff, and my kids just want to watch YouTube.
On their phones.
That's all we watch is YouTube.
I know.
We get on there and they turn on YouTube is their favorite thing, and that thing's free. You know, I'm like, what the heck? Why are we playing for Disney Plus? Why do we have Netflix? Why have Prime when you guys just want to watch YouTube?
Do you remember
these kids these days?
When you had all the shows with one monthly subscription?
You mean like cable?
We were all so excited to cut cable.
Right. I'm
Wouldn't
still
that be
excited.
Nice?
Well, see, cable you didn't have on demand. You had to tune in when your show came on.
The DVR.
You had to watch it.
I would go back to cable with DVR for anything right now.
Are you serious?
I would, because it was like during the Olympics. Like if you want to switch, you can't switch channels anymore. Like if you're watching two things at once, you're like, let me go back to that app and log in.
Yeah.
I miss that little button. Remember the button on your remote where you could swap channels real quick during a commercial and then you'd swap again?
Oh, right.
Do you remember
the return was like an arrow or something like that.
You could like watch two things at once. I miss that.
Isn't that hilarious?
Mm-hmm.
Remember Picture in Picture? That was the lamest technology ever invented. I guess it was to watch two sporting events, but I never had that. I always was envious of people like, wow, you got Picture in Picture.
You got VIP.
Wow, that's incredible. All right, I think we probably
went somewhere interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, thanks guys for the few of you that tolerated that interesting segment.
We love you. Thank you, Fish
Have a
Fam.
great weekend.
All right, bye. He's out.